Hey parents, this is Jeff and I'm here with another Continue the Journey activity. This is actually the activity that we did out on the patio, which is over there with the kids. This week we had a small group activity called Watch Me, Hear Me. And this is a great activity to help your kids apply what we learned in kids' church and help them continue on their journey to find Jesus and follow him. You need no materials for this, so it's super easy and quick and fun, and it really supports our main point this week that I will lead with action and not just words. So in kids' church this week, we took a look. We're walking through the book of Judges, and we came to Judge number 2, a guy named Ehud. And Ehud, if you don't know the story, you can find it in Judges 3, and it is one of the more exciting and violent and graphic stories in the Bible. Ehud goes to this king who is oppressing the Israelites and stabs him. And the king was fat. He loses his dagger in the fat. The king's bowels empty, and then Ehud jumps down the latrine to get away. I mean, it's made for kids' church, right? What a great story to tell. We talk about the importance that Ehud, he didn't just tell the Israelites, hey, go attack the king. He took action. And then, based on his action, the people of Israelites followed him then into battle. So, in this activity, first of all, remind them of our main point. I will lead with action and not just words. And remind them that leading sometimes needs words, but today, or this week, we've learned that our actions as leaders are far more important than our words. And you're going to play a simple game to show them that. So in this game, essentially, it's a Simon Says kind of game. You're going to have them put out one finger. And in this game, you're going to touch different parts of your face, or your head, or maybe your legs, your shoulders, your arms, things like that. Just pretend you're a third base coach in a baseball game, right? And you're doing all this kind of stuff, and you're going to tell them what to do. So you're going to say, touch your cheek, and you're going to touch your cheek, and then you're going to say, pull your ear, and they're going to pull your ear. But you're going to mix into that occasionally, pull your ear, and then you're going to do a different action. Right? Your words and your actions are not going to line up. And if your kids are like most kids, when they start this game, they're going to do what you do and not the instruction that you give them verbally. They're going to follow your actions instead of your words. And then you can kind of giggle. Now, the longer you play this game, the more they will key in on really just following your voice, because that's what you're telling them to do. You want them to do everything you say. That's a key in this game. Do what you say, even though your actions may not always match up with it. When it's all done, they've had fun making mistakes, and then they've had fun really keying in on your voice and ignoring your actions. Ask them, when you make mistakes in this game, when was that? And you're going to be able to figure out that it's, well, when your words and your actions didn't line up. And then say, well, when that happened, which one did you usually follow, the words or the actions? And if they're like most kids, it's the actions. They're really going to key in on what you're doing and mimic you. See, most people followed actions and not words. People value what they see more than what they hear. Actions are more important to people than words. And remind them as they grow into the leader that God designed them to be, remember that your actions will lead people farther than your words will. So you're going to have a hard time leading anyone to do something if you're not doing it yourself. You know, this week we also learned this memory verse out of 1 John chapter 3, where he reminds them not just to say that we love people, but to show the truth of our love by our actions. And that was a big part of what we talked about with kids this week, is that we lead through action, and the primary action is love. So remind them when this is all done, that when you take action and do what God asks you to do, especially as you take the action to love others, you're going to have a much larger influence on the people around you than if you try to do it just with words alone. If you just tell people about Jesus, but you act kind of like a jerk, they're going to get your actions way more than your words. If you invite them to church and then you, through your actions, show that church is not that big a deal to you, they're going to take your actions much greater than your words. So what a great fun activity this week. Super quick to do. So I can't wait to hear the stories about how Watch Me, Hear Me went. And I hope you have a great week as you help your kids continue their journey to find and follow Jesus. Bye-bye, guys.